Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Las Vegas Raiders. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on first and 10. Into the air right away is Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. But we know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles, and there when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first. And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target. From the 30 on second down, Allen. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs, 30 yards. And the Bills will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Raiders, nothing. Tyler Bass, so we kick off
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 26. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. But certainly not how they envisioned to start to this when you give up the touchdown and they take a shot on the first play from scrimmage offensively, Charles, but it gets intercepted.
Yeah, instead of just trying to nibble and, work your way downfield, they tried to take a nice little chunk there. It didn't pay off for them. Now the defense runs on the field, having already given up a touchdown the first drive, hoping to get their legs under them and slow them down.
And all those mistakes, they just seem magnified here in the playoffs. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
And the Bills first down.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple plays players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Bills.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Play action, Allen. Looking for Knox on the crossing route. It's complete. Touchdown! Dawson Knox, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bills are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Raiders, nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On play action, now Carr. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Terrell Bernard leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. To try again after the sack. Carr. Under pressure, they got him again. And Oliver, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively. And, Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive. And it's been paying off for them so far this game.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This would be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Nate Hobbs there to bring him down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And the Bills first down.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Define Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark it.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring in third down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half, they've got to turn things around quickly. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there, they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 37.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Singletary loses it, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over at both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Carr. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Carr now on first down. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw again on second down, Carr. Past the 20. Flop, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller. 46 yards.
And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make it 24-7. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Allen off the play fake. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
After the sack on first down, Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Allen will try again on second down. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, now this from 43. The kick by Bass is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On play action, it's Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Carr going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Again, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Same target. It's Jacobs again. And out of bounds right around the 20.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's...
And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller, coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Allen going to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down, Buffalo.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the counter, this is Singletary.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is a
touchdown Bills. Devin Singletary from 4 yards out.
And the Bills continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 24.
34, Raiders 10. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Right now, the Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are most likely staring at a cold end of their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Carr. And this one's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Hunter Renfrow, 33 yards. And the Raiders get a bit closer. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. Carr will look to throw. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. Singletary to get the drive started. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. To the air, Allen. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Carr to throw.
He gets this to Davante Adams.
Down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Davante Adams. 46 yards.
And the Raiders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock. So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Back to throw, Allen.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen to throw. And Diggs has it. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Bills have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing his Carr. Gets this to Waller.
And out across midfield down to the 45. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Now Carr.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
On the handoff, running left, Singletary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his second touchdown of the night. And the Bills tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Raiders 26. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. So Allen's going to look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Devin Singletary saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Bills have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Raiders 26. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half is pretty much...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
And a wild card win moves them on.